working late because she's a reader. If this is freaking called Funny Story and it has me crying, I might sue Emily Henry. I love Miles. I just enjoy hearing about the drama. Sue me. The Web of Lies is getting even worse. I love it. It's like a rom-com in my head. This Funny Story, but even that's the title of the book. We're comparing Miles, the guy in this book, to Dylan O'Brien. I am gonna do my very first reading vlog. I'm gonna try and read Funny Story in 24 hours. This is me editing this video. Girl, it took you a week, okay? I love the ambition, but hey, let's be more realistic next time. Have fun watching the video. I love a good Emily Henry book. I've only read 2 of them, but I will read Book Lovers and People We Meet on Vacation one day. My favorite book in the world might be Happy Place. That's the first Emily Henry book I ever read. Oh my god, I loved that book so much. I would sell my soul if I could read that again. I did like Beach Read. It took me a while to finish that one, and like once I really got into the flow of it, I did like it a lot. I have been so excited for Funny Story. I was trying to wait until the paperback came out, but I have no willpower. As far as I'm concerned, I enjoy reading vlogs more when like it's like a book club and I'm chatting about the book with my friends is what it feels like. So I guess spoiler warning if you haven't read it and plan on reading it, but like just consider this a book club between you and me, and we're gonna be talking about this book that I hope is funny, because if it's called Funny Story and I am sobbing, I will sue Emily Henry. Just kidding, Emily, I love you, bye. Part of the reason I lost any willpower I did have to try and wait it out for the paperback is because I heard people were comparing Miles, the guy in this book, to Dylan O'Brien. I love him. Once I saw one 12-year-old make a fan cast of Funny Story and Dylan O'Brien was Miles, I was like, okay, I guess I'm buying it. And I've heard while he like gives Dylan O'Brien energy, at the same time he simultaneously gives Nick Miller energy from New Girl, so I feel like I will eat this up. I love casting characters in my head. I don't know if that's a normal thing. I fully cast this as if I am like Shonda Rhimes or something. I am thinking who will be perfect for this. Hopefully it's a fun little rom-com because, you know, I've been feeling kind of down and I want a fun little escape. I've only read a couple pages of the book, and so far I can tell that Peter, Daphne's, I guess, ex-fiance, is maybe the worst. Like, she's saying he's like super like charismatic and he loves to tell a story, but like I think that's his problem. He's just trying to get people like interested in him. This is me after reading 2 pages making these assumptions about him. Peter wasted no time telling Daphne to get out of the house. You have 1 week. Like, bro. If I were Daphne, I'd take that week and burn the house to the ground. And it'd be like, oh no, I'm helping you. Like, this is okay. Like, don't worry. We'll get out of your hair so you can move out. You abandoned her whole life. She moved here for you. She has a job she likes and she's in this town excited to marry you, and you're kicking her out of the house? Bro. I can clearly see where this is going. She's going to live with Nick Miller incarnate. What's his name? Miles. It is really funny that they are living together. Like, that really was your only option. Okay. If I was newly single and a guy who's being described as Dylan O'Brien was needing a roommate, I would also move in. So this book actually is really funny. Like, one thing I like about Emily Henry books is that you don't have to like use that much strength to read them, if you know what I mean. Like, it just seems so natural, and it feels like I'm almost sitting at a table like listening to my friend tell me about like what's going on in her life, you know? When with other authors sometimes I feel like I'm really having to pay attention and I'm really having to take like 100 pages to actually get interested in the story. Or Emily Henry just doesn't waste time, I guess. She gets you interested almost from the get-go, which I really appreciate. Miles is drunk on the couch because the wedding invitation just came in, and he's like talking to Daphne, and Daphne's talking to him, just saying how much she can't believe it. And then at some point, just so effortlessly, they have this funny moment where Daphne didn't even realize what Miles did for a living, and he was just like, how did you not pick up that I worked at a winery? And like, I don't know, it's just, she's the queen of witty banter. Daphne and Miles got super drunk and they just went out to the club and they met the biker, and like clearly it seems like Miles is just as charismatic as Peter is, but it doesn't come off as fake. Like they already seem like they're a couple. Like if I were in this bar, I would totally think they're a couple too, like the biker guy did. And then they're walking with their arms wrapped around each other. Like I don't do that with people I barely know. I don't even do that with my friends. So like, okay, you guys aren't into each other. I can already tell you guys like each other. Daphne and Miles both decided to RSVP to the wedding when they were really drunk when they did it. And then Daphne woke up super hungover and Peter already got the RSVP and he's just being so condescending. So condescending. Like, oh, you don't have to come. Okay, then why'd you send an invite? Okay, you wanted to rub it in your face that you're so happy and in love. You were jumping between Daphne's head and Daphne's mouth when she was like, so Peter goes, so you're with Miles? And then Daphne's head goes, no, no, the voice in my head screams, yep, my mouth chirps. Like, it's just so funny. Like, it's like a rom-com in my head. You know what I mean? It's just like perfectly like when you're watching a movie and you can tell like, oh, this is what's going to be the catalyst for the rest of the story. And she's like, no, no, don't say it. And then she immediately says what she doesn't want to say. Like Emily Henry's just so good at like making you forget that you're reading, and like I fully feel like I'm watching a cute little rom-com. Miles is so chill about her letting him pretend they're dating. I think like of course he kind of wants to get back at Petra as well, so it makes sense, but it's just so funny how fine he is with it. She was like, I told him we were dating, and you would think he'd freak out, but he's like, okay. He so easily took a photo of him and Daphne together to have her post it, and he's like, oh, you can post it if you want. I don't care what you do. He wants her to post that. He wants Petra to feel bad as well. But I don't know. So this fake dating seems to be going quite seamlessly for them. I don't know if they fully agreed to do it or not, or if Miles is just teasing her that they're gonna like that they're gonna do it, and Daphne's like, no, I was just being stupid. We're gonna forget this ever happened. I'm reading chapter 6 where Daphne's about to go out with Ashley, her coworker, and she's like really nervous. And Ashley just walked into her apartment and is like, inspecting the place, and Daphne's really nervous. Ashley kind of reminds me of Samantha Jones, and I don't know if that's gonna be the vibe she's giving the whole book, but like she seems like someone you'd be really intimidated by and, not really sure if you could talk to, but then you learn it like she's a sweetheart and she's a loyal friend. Damn, Daphne's like very traumatized, and I can tell this goes deeper than just Peter, because the minute Ashley starts asking about the girlfriend joke between Miles and her, she's thinking about opening up to Ashley and like letting her be a friend and, tell her this funny story. But
Even that's the title of the book.
okay, back to the seriousness. She's gonna tell her the story. She gets so nervous and she goes, see, you can't untell someone your secrets. You can't unsay those delicate truths. Once you learn, you can't trust the person you handed them to.
That shit's deep.
Daphne, you need therapy. And you know what? That's okay. Get help. You might be a little scared of intimacy, whether that's romantic or friendship. And you know what, Daphne? It's okay. Wait, there's such a cute part of this chapter where Ashley and Daphne are finally opening up to each other, and Daphne said in her head, if I'm a closed book bound in chains and kept under a padlock, Ashley Romany might have said the one thing that would function as the key. That's so cute. Really sweet. That just reminds me of me and my best friends. I really admire about Emily Henry books is just she's not just good at writing romance. Of course she's good at writing romance, like obviously it's a rom-com, but she is just so good at writing friends. Like I think that's what I love so much about Happy Place. Like I said earlier, that's like my favorite book, I think. And yes, I liked the love story between Win and Harriet, but I more so just loved the friendship dynamic. Like when I was reading it, it reminded me of me and my own friends, and loved the comfort of this really big friend group that understood each other so well. And it was like you were listening in on them just like talking over wine or drinks, and you almost feel like you're the like added friend in the group listening to all of them talk, which is just a comforting little feeling. Ashley just said, I'm not out here telling people secrets. I just enjoy hearing about the drama. Sue me. That is so real. So real. Miles is such a flirt. Oh my god. I love him. Fake dating trope is just so fun. It just makes me laugh because it's like, is that the only option you guys had? Like, is this the only way y'all could get out of this scenario, is to fake date?
Okay, y'all just like each other. Let's be so for real right now.
Miles's coworker just said that Petra told him he is dating a new girl. So Miles is like, oh my god, she's gonna put two and two together and he's gonna realize it's you, Daphne.
Because I am so in love with you, and it's so obvious. He didn't actually say that part, but like, let's be so for real.
He's like, Daphne, you're gonna have to act like you're my girlfriend. And she clearly doesn't say no, because why would you? Ashley and Daphne are now besties, which I'm obsessed with. What a wonderful little web of lies we're weaving right now, and I am obsessed with it. Also, has anyone actually like had to do the fake dating thing? Because I've never met a real person who's been involved in fake dating, and if there is anyone out there, I'd love to hear about it. But like, how often does that really happen? Honestly, it sounds kind of fun. Hello. It has come to my attention that I started recording the whole last chapter's review in slow-mo. God, I was giving such amazing commentary. I'm so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. You will never get to hear what I said. And at this point, I've forgotten what I said. So I'm going to give you a really quick recap. Again, I apologize for my blatant tomfoolery. I was just simply pressing the wrong buttons, and wow, am I reaping the consequences. They went to the beach to try the Big Louie's. Miles is just being so flirty. One of the things I did say in my
Amazing, beautiful commentary that just got blocked from this world because it was too good.
Was he doesn't seem that tortured, which the other Emily Henry men in this universe seem so tortured. Like, God, Gus was kind of exhausting, okay, I'll say it. And then Win had his problems, but like, we love you, baby boy, it's fine. Anyway, so far Miles doesn't seem that tortured, so I don't know, maybe there's more to find out. He did get really defensive when she asked about his parents, so there's something there that needs to be unpacked. Daphne is talking about how she wants to leave. Miles was being so sweet, and he said at one point, like, that asshole Peter took your house, took your life, but don't you dare let him take your self-esteem, because Daphne thought she was such a loser and Miles just wasn't standing for that. So that was super cute. And I'm almost finished with this chapter, and we will see if I keep reading. I really think this whole the universe blocking my gorgeous, jaw-dropping, absolute Pulitzer Prize-winning commentary that you guys missed is maybe a sign that I need to go to bed, and I'll do the rest of this tomorrow. But again, I'm so sorry, because I was just spitting facts, okay? And you're never gonna get to hear it. You got to hear this really, really half-assed version of it, and I'm sorry for that. But you know what? I'm not perfect, and it was about time that you guys knew. Miles doesn't want Daphne to leave, like, to move away. So he's saying, like, oh my god, I'll take you out on the weekends and I'll make you fall in love with this town. No, Miles, you want her to fall in love with you. Let's be so for real. But, okay, listen to what Daphne's thinking. This ridiculously nice man who let me move into his place, no questions asked, didn't even charge me my first month's rent, and comped my food tonight and bought me a milkshake and brought me to a beach I'd never been to and lent me his jacket. He just offered to parade me around all summer just so I won't move away, after hanging out twice. In general, I don't put too much stock into a person's charm, but I think he might be the rare real deal. Damn it, Emily Henry! You have me falling in love with a man that's not real. Again! So rude of you. So rude of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emily, for making me think that Miles is a real man. And no, he's within the pages of a book. He's just so sweet. This chapter is so cute. She goes, I tell him, I think you might be the nicest person I've ever met. And he goes, I'm not being nice when I tell you not to move away. I like hanging out with you, and you're the best roommate I've ever had by a landslide. We'll get pretty used to her, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna be your wife. Okay, I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed, but I will be getting up to read this book, and hopefully I can finish it tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. So this one's a nice fun rom-com so far, but I have a feeling it will break my heart, so like, stay tuned. Good morning. So I just showered and got ready for the day. I'm on chapter 10. 77 days till she can leave. Is she gonna leave? I don't think so. Daphne's walking down a street in the town and she notices a very pretty house and it says it's a white picket fence and very magical and cozy. She and Miles are gonna buy this house by the end of the book, aren't they? Emily Henry, you get nothing past me. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Peter showed up at the lavender place.
Oh god, no. You know what?
Punch him in the face.
Daphne just told Peter off! Yes! Oh my god. Daphne just kissed him! Okay, is it to make Peter jealous? Yeah, but like, we'll take it, okay? That little jerk left, okay? So,
Why can't they just piss Peter off? I've been waiting.
Miles and Daphne are both being so awkward after they kissed and it's cracking me up. They're making the pizza. It's like they've never spoken to each other ever and it's cracking me up. Like, God, it's just like watching an awkward rom-com and I love it. Daphne and Miles were about to hook up and then his sister showed up. So then Miles said it's probably best if they stay friends and Daphne agreed, but she doesn't agree. And it doesn't seem like Miles wants to stay friends either, but there's still a lot of this book to go, so I guess it's gonna be a will they won't they thing, you know? Miles is so worried about his sister, like, being there, so, like, is she like, overbearing? Like, what's the deal? Daphne's mom is giving Lorelai Gilmore vibes. Just from the way Daphne talks about her, I can totally see Lorelai in here. So Lauren Graham, if a movie's made for a funny story, call your agent, okay? When I was a kid, my mom was an amazing host. I'm not sure how she did it while working full-time, but somehow the house was clean when it needed to be. The fridge and pantry stocked with all the good stuff. Name-brand sugary cereals and chips, off-brand cookies that were better than the originals. She'd order us a greasy pizza for dinner and in the morning serve fruit and salad and scrambled eggs, one of her few specialties. Lorelai wouldn't be caught dead making breakfast, but you know she'd be taking her to Roy DeLuke. So this is giving heavy Lorelai Gilmore energy, and you know what? I love it. I love Gilmore Girls. Julia really, really screwed this up for them because these two were about to come way more than friends, way more than fake boyfriend and girlfriend, and then she shows up. And you know what? I'm mad at her for that because I have been rooting for these two crazy kids to get together since the very beginning. So way to go, Julia, way to go. I suddenly forgot I was blind and the migraine was hitting, so we got the glasses on now. Julia, Miles' sister, is so hyper. Like, I'm reading this and I'm like, damn, she's hyper. Like, it's jumping out of the pages. But, she seems very funny. And from the moment Daphne said that she liked Miles' beard because Miles begged her to say that, it seems like Julia, like, gave her a look where she, like, knew they like each other. But, yeah, she seems like a fun character. Miles shaved his beard, and now Daphne's even more in love with him. She just loves him. It's so obvious, guys. Because, like she was saying, I feel like sometimes people shave their beard or they cut their hair, and you're like, damn, you looked so much better before you did that. But she's like, damn, you look even better now. So this whole Friends thing isn't going to last long, I have a feeling. But they're at the story hour to watch her read to the little children. Hello, hello. It is midnight. It is time to finish my reading goal for the day. I did in fact get sidetracked again.
I'm an extremely busy person.
And I had to watch Stranger Things with my dad. Now it's time to get back to funny story. Page 158. And my goal was to get to 200. So we will see if that happens, but it's also midnight. So you know what? It's okay to set goals, but it's okay to not reach them. But I love how I said this was going to start as 24 hours of reading funny story, and it's turned into 2 going on 3 days, and to be so for real, it'll probably go on 4. Like I said, I don't finish books that quickly, but this is really good for me. Because when I say I don't finish books quickly, that means months, okay? One of my friends is really pissed at me because it's taken me almost 2 years to read this one book. And at this point, I've accepted I'm not going to read it. She hasn't. But we're going to read a lot of this book. Okay, let's get to it. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know I've been saying Miles is Dylan O'Brien this whole time, but hear me out, okay? No, you're not just gonna hear me out. I'm gonna pull up a picture because I'm gonna make sure you hear me. Okay. What if Miles was our Irish king, Paul Mescal? Okay? Okay? Like, I'm not saying it has to be, but like, if you can't cast Dylan O'Brien, and I know people really want him to be Gus, But frankly, like I said, Gus is way too exhausting for me. I think he'd be a fun pick for Miles as well. And they keep talking about how Miles has tattoos. Who has tattoos? Mr. Paul. Like I said, I'm Shonda Rhimes when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm always thinking about who can play these characters. And like, twist my arm on either of those. Like, I'd be fine with either of them. My God, why does it look like heaven is behind me? Daphne's waiting for Miles and they're gonna go look at the sunset together. And she goes, I'm not trying to be unreasonably grumpy, but this is even early for me. And if there's one thing I truly hate, it's waiting on people. That is the most real thing I've ever read because I am the most impatient person you will ever meet. I genuinely so impatient. And I have a theory, it's because my last name is B, so I was used to going first for everything. And that has just set me up for failure because when I don't get to go first for everything, I'm immediately angry. And at least I'm aware of the problem, and at least I've tried to get to the root of it. Okay, and I blame the school system because they set this up. They set me up to always be first, and now I'm a monster. But anyway, Daphne, I feel you. Miles remembered that she likes chai lattes. It's the little things, guys. That is so adorable. Well, they're going to watch the sunset, and I must have zoned out for why they're going to watch the sunset because I have no memory of that being brought up. But you know what? They're going to watch the sunset. And great for them. And she is a little mad at him though, but I guess the chai helped. She's mad because he was late. But you know what?
Daphne, it's 5 in the morning.
So of course he's gonna be late. I'd be late. And I hate being late to things, but if you tell me I have to be somewhere at 5 in the morning, if I'm not getting paid for it, it's not gonna happen. So in fact, I do remember why they're up so early. They're going on their kayak sunrise thing, and it is something Miles wanted to do, not something Daphne wanted to do. So I completely forgot about that. Okay, I think if I remember correctly, every single Emily Henry book has like a cameo. Why'd I do air quotes? It is a cameo. A cameo from the past couples of her other books. I remember Happy Place. I think Happy Place had January and Gus, so I caught that one because I had read that book. No, that's a lie. I didn't know who they were, and I looked it up, and then I went and bought Beach Read. So never mind. But yeah, Happy Place had Gus in January. At least I think be mentioned because I remember right, one of the guys in the group bought their book they wrote together. And then I don't remember, I don't think I caught who was mentioned in Beach Read if there was someone mentioned because I need to read the other books. But I'm just wondering who's going to be mentioned in a funny story or if there is a mention. So you probably go right over my head because this is my third Emily Henry book out of the, how many are there? 5 or 6? Wait, Funny Story, Happy Place, Beach Read, People We Meet on Vacation, and Book Lovers. So 5, right? Am I missing one? I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see if I catch it. And if I don't, comment below what it is because I'm very curious and I would love to know. These two just have me giggling. They made a bet that the first one to mention their ex on the kayak date, but like I guess a friendship date because they're being so boring. The first one to mention the ex would either get like attacked, like water splashed at him, or push Daphne over into the water. So she mentioned Peter, so she falls into the water, but then she's like arguing with him, telling him he has to get in the water. And it's just reminding me of The Notebook, like that one scene where Ryan Gosling's like, get in the water, get in the water, please, please get in the water. This is a like so spot on impression. So if you don't know that, go look it up because I'm literally performing. But that just, it's reminding me of that, and I love The Notebook, so this is so cute. But such a romantic little date that's not a date for them. So they're at the barn, like the rodeo themed bar or whatever. Miles and Daphne are being so flirty after Miles came back with a kiss mark on his cheek from some bachelorette party thing. And I can't help but think, aren't Ashley and Julia like right there dancing too? Or am I wrong? Because I would totally be like, what's going on? Wow, they really don't, they're not even trying to hide that they can't be platonic besties like they're trying to be, okay? They're so into each other, and it's driving me crazy that they won't just admit that. But okay, whatever, I hope Ashley calls them out. And what do you know what? Ashley immediately calls her out on it at their lunch date the next day. You know what? I would too. Ashley, you're so good for doing that because someone has to wake these two up from whatever delusion they're living in, okay? These two are in love. Everyone can see it but them. It's 1:20. I am exhausted, but I did reach my goal. I'm on page 200, so but I am really tired and cannot go on, so I'm gonna try and finish it tomorrow. That's a really big order, but anyway, Miles and Daphne went to the senior citizens ball, like the fundraiser, and it's like prom basically. And then who walks in? Everyone's most hated couple, Petra and Peter. The two P's, they're the worst. Now Miles and Daphne have decided they're gonna stay, they're not gonna run, and they're gonna act like a couple, because how dare they ever even think they're gonna let Petra and Peter win this social gathering. So I'm pretty certain that they're gonna be acting like a couple, and then sparks are gonna be flying, and Daphne and Miles' platonic friendship is gonna go out the window. I'm pretty certain very soon. Okay, good night, guys. Mwah. Good morning. It is 10:24. I left on quite the cliffhanger last night. Petra and Peter showed up at the same ball that Miles and Daphne are on their totally not a date thing on. So we're gonna find out what happens. Daphne and Miles are talking to Peter and Petra only had like one snide comment so far, but Peter's just being the worst as usual. And I have a prediction for how I think this is going to end. I think it's going to be a little Legally Blonde situation, and, you know, Miles and Daphne are going to end up happily together. And I think Petra's going to realize that Peter might be the worst and leave him, just like how Warner was left with no prospects, no job, no money by the end of the Legally Blonde movie. So that's my guess, just because Petra doesn't seem like she's the worst yet. She seems like maybe she's also realizing that Peter might be the worst, because Peter's just being a total jerk to Daphne and Miles, and Daphne noticed that Petra was kind of annoyed that he was being so rude to them. So maybe she's coming to her senses. And Miles said earlier in a couple chapters ago that he thinks Peter wanted both of them to like him, but now that he has like Petra, who was like the shiny new toy, and he doesn't have Daphne, now he wants Daphne again, to where he's just never satisfied, and that makes so much sense. So that's my prediction for now, but okay, I just finished the chapter. Miles and Daphne almost hooked up again, but then Miles finally decided to open up to her about how terrible his family is, and his mother just sounds like she was a terrible person. I knew he was going to be tortured. Emily Henry characters always are. It sounds like he had a very, very bad home life, and something's going on with Julia, so I'm guessing it's going to be a very big plot point that's coming up eventually. These two are in love, and they just won't admit it, and it's driving me insane. Or Daphne said he needs a friend right now, blah blah blah, which is true, but like, you guys are so much more than friends, okay? I'm gonna try and read one more chapter before I have to leave. Miles just walked in, and Daphne was wearing her old wedding dress that she never got to wear, and that is just so funny. It reminds me of like that scene in Friends when Rachel's wearing her wedding dress and she answers the door and like the guy she's dating is behind it. Such good comedy. But anyway, of course the dress is stuck, and of course the only person that's there is Miles to help. I can't help but think Julia and Ashley did that on purpose, because they left to get milkshakes after they've been there for hours. Like, okay. Wing women of the century. He thinks she looks so pretty in the wedding dress, and she thought she looked terrible, and ugh, they're just so perfect for each other. But okay, I'm gonna read this one. Chapter 22 is really, really short, so I'm gonna read that, and then I'm gonna go to lunch. Hi. It is 11:53. We're on page 244. I'm gonna try and get to page 300, but honestly, I'm really not that tired, so maybe we'll get past it. But you know what? This is really ambitious Allie talking, and you know what? She comes and goes. She's working late because she's a reader. By the way, I just watched the Sabrina Carpenter music video, and oh my god! Barry is in it, and I just love them. I love them together. You know who else I love? Miles and Daphne. So let's get to it, guys. There was a cameo! If you don't want a spoiler, I've been blabbing about the book this whole time, so like, if you're still here, like, you shouldn't be mad about the spoilers. And chapter 23 starts with Miles taking them down North Bear Shores for a bookstore event with the romance writer Sadie turned him on to years ago, when after the signing, the shop owner and her geology professor wife ended up falling in love with Miles, obviously, and making a donation toward the readathon. That's Pete! That's Pete from Beach Read, and I wonder as I was reading that, I had an epiphany. I had an epiphany. What if the romance writer is Little Miss January? Or maybe it's Gus with that romance he wrote, lol. But, oh my god. That's so exciting. Also, I'm so excited for Beach Read getting a movie. Like, let's just talk about that for a second. I'm pretty sure it's getting a movie. And you know what? If we can't get my man Paul Mescal for this role, even though I kind of want him for this one, I know he's been fan cast famously for Beach Read. I think it'll be good. But anyway, that was just such a cute little cameo. And I know earlier I was trying to say I wanted to figure out if there was going to be a cameo. And that's 2 for 2 of the cameos being Gus, January, or like people in their universe in the 2 other Emily Henry books I've read. So like, damn, do the other ones just not get cameos? Or like, maybe they go right over my head because I haven't read them. Daphne's dad called. Oh, like, get out of here. No one wants to hear from you. Also, Daphne walked by that house that's for sale, I believe, and she still can imagine a life there. Well, you know what, Daphne? I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a life there, so get comfortable. But, okay, my dad's, I guess, got plans, so, like, let's hope he doesn't show up, because, like, I really don't feel like adding another character. I like the characters we have. Daphne's dad showed up unannounced with whoever he's hooking up with. I just want to see her and Miles fall in love. I don't care. It's too late in the book to introduce somebody else. Like, I just want to get back to the love story. But I'm sure this is going to be some huge thing for Daphne's character. But, like, fine. Okay, I'll keep reading. Starfire is giving, like, Kristen Chenoweth energy. She doesn't seem like she's awful. Like, she seems nice, and maybe she is helping Daphne's dad. I'm pretty sure these 2 got married. They did get married. I had to read 2 more sentences. They're going on a boat? God, I love a good boat day. I feel like Daphne's gonna bond with this new version of her dad. Why is there always such, like, a sad familial relationship in Emily Henry books? I thought I was finally escaping that. Starfire gasping when Miles takes his shirt off might be the funniest thing I've read so far in this book. She went, oh! She and her dad are bonding. He just brought the birthday cake out for her and paid for dinner, and she thanked him and he looked so relieved. That's so sweet. Also, I'm so sorry. I just realized the fan was on. So, definitely not the best audio. But once again, nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again and again till I get it right. You know what I mean? People in books are always talking about, like, how people smell. Like, you know, throughout this whole book, she's saying how Miles smells like ginger and all, like, smoke and all that. My nose doesn't work. Okay, it's never worked. It's a flaw I've lived with my entire life. But I've never been told that I have, like, a distinct smell. And I can't for the life of me pick out a distinct smell for anybody. Like, I don't, like, walk up to my friend and be like, you smell like lavender. No, I feel like people don't have distinct smells. Do they? Please comment below if people do, because, like, this nose right here, this honker doesn't work. I'm oblivious to these things. I have, like in Harry Potter, or the potion where it smells like who you love more than anything in the world or whatever, and Hermione, like, picks out the smell of Ron perfectly, and I was like, bro, I don't know what the people I love more than anything in the world smell like. I genuinely don't. But this doesn't work. It's literally just decoration. I have 4 out of 5 senses. And you know what? I can't hear that well either, so things are starting to deplete. And then when I get COVID and I can't taste everything, and I'm basically legally blind, so I'm just a shell of a human being with barely functioning senses. But, like, anyway, I really don't think people have distinct smells. Anyway, back to the regular scheduled programming. Thanks for joining me on this tangent. Starfire and Dad left without even saying goodbye. But apparently he left a note, but I don't know what it's gonna say. And Miles had to be the one to tell Daphne. This is so devastating and exhausting to hear at nearly 2 in the morning. But you know what? I'm gonna keep reading. But damn. I got attached and I shouldn't have. But maybe I should have. Maybe there's more to the story. He took her to his favorite beach! I forgot about that! But the minute they started walking up to it, I was like, I know what this is! I know what this is! Ah! I love Miles! I have a feeling these two aren't going to be just friends for quite that long. It's 1:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna go to bed. But Daphne and Miles finally hooked up, which I think we've all seen coming for a while now. Then they had a beautiful heart-to-heart about how Daphne has some pretty serious abandonment issues, and Miles was like, no, 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 you're just so perfect, people leave you. But he said it in a much more beautiful way than I just did. He basically was like, you see people for who they are, and then that scares them. But that's a great thing that you see people for who you are. I don't know, I'm tired, but it was beautiful, okay? It seems like these two are a couple now, but there's still quite a lot of story to go. There's 180 pages left. I have a feeling shit's gonna hit the fan, and then they're gonna have to fix all this. But I did reach page 300, and I just want to say props to the publishing team and to Miss Henry, because every 100 pages has kind of been how I've tried to pace myself through the book, and like 100 pages a day, and each time I reach the final page, it's a new chapter. So like 200, it was a new chapter, and now at 301, it's a new chapter. So that's just itches a part of my brain, okay, to where, wow, I feel like I actually reached like a stopping point, but I also had like a personal goal that I met. So props to you guys. Thank you. Thank you for the people who are as type A as me. I really do appreciate that. And I'm definitely gonna finish the book tomorrow, and I've had so much fun doing this reading vlog. Good night. Hi, I think it's finally time to finish the book. I am on page 301 and there are 387. So 86 pages. I think I could do that. I don't know if it's going to be in 2 parts or if I'm going to be able to read the whole thing. I did sleep late, so I'm getting a bit of a late start, but it is 12:29. Let's get to it. But look, guys, I'm so excited to finish the book. I matched the book today when I was picking out a sweater, like a comfy sweater to wear while I read it. Look at that. God, I'm a genius. But, okay, I think there's nothing left to do but get to reading. Daphne forgot Ashley's birthday plans that they made, like to paint Ashley's bedroom. Ashley was really mad, understandably, because Daphne made her feel so special and excited for her birthday, and then Daphne did not show up, and that was when Daphne was at the beach with Miles, so this is really quite messy. And then Daphne's fully spiraling. Miles didn't come pick her up from the library, so she's like losing her mind over that, which like I get, but also like, okay, maybe something came up and he screwed up, but like, hey, it's not time to question every single life choice you've made, but that's what she's doing. Oh, and she got the job interview for the place out of town, and of course now she's excited about that because she's spiraling. I just read the first sentence of the new chapter and it just says Miles didn't come home that night. What the hell happened? My prediction is I feel like Petra showed up. I feel Peter and Petra want what they can't have, and suddenly they can't have Miles and Daphne, so I have a feeling they're gonna come back. I was right! Peter's at her door, so where the hell's Petra? I feel like I have a feeling I know where Petra is, but dear God, these two are so exhausting. Like, bro, can't she just live her life? You broke her heart. Get out. Get out. No one cares. But, okay, let's see what he has to say. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? They called off the wedding. And then Daphne so savagely said, so she called it off, which is so funny. So I feel like I know where Petra is. She's definitely with Miles. What a pickle. But anyway, I feel like Peter is now alone and he's like, wait, I need someone to like me. So he's back with Daphne trying to win her back. And
Just get out! Get out, Peter!
no one wants to see you. But okay, I guess I'll hear him out. I think I'm going to stick with my idea that Daphne's song might be Midnight Rain, because she's kind of having an epiphany as Peter's saying,
I want to get back together, blah, 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 we were perfect.
she was like, yeah, we did have a perfect life, but it's not the life I wanted. It's not the life I wanted with you. And that just sounds like Midnight Rain, you know, where she's like, He wanted it comfortable, I wanted that pain. All of me changed like Midnight Rain. So I'm gonna go with Midnight Rain, at least for Daphne. And for her and Miles, I still need to think. There's like hundreds of songs to go through, but I knew Peter'd come back. I knew he'd come back, and I'm so proud of Daphne for not taking him back. But where the hell is Miles? Because he's been gone for quite a while, and it is confusing me. Oh my god. Oh dear god, Taylor dropped a "But Daddy, I Love Him" sweatshirt. I need it! Oh my god, how much is it? It's so expensive. Wait, it's so cute. My friend just sent me that. I need it. Okay, back to reading. I need to distract myself from dropping $80 on this. Okay, bye. It's so much worse. God. Miles is helping Petra move out of Peter's house. He was there 5 minutes after they broke up. Oh dear God. Peter's using that as the last Hail Mary to try and get Daphne back. Oh my god. No, Miles is just a really nice guy. He's just a really nice guy. He's getting good. Miles admitted that he was with Petra, helping her move, and they switched cars, all that. And then he just said he loved her in the middle of the fight. Oh my god, this is getting messy, guys. This is getting so messy. And Daphne's just like shutting everything down. This is not good. This is not good. Daphne and Ashley made up. Thank God. I'm in my little security reading blanket because I was so scared these two weren't gonna make up. But thank God they did. Okay, back into my cocoon, guys. I'm gonna read. I love their friendship. It's just so sweet. Okay, now it's time to fix things with Miles because I'm losing my mind that these two are mad at each other. Okay, I had a feeling Miles called Daphne's dad to like chew him out for leaving, but he went all the way to where her dad was and stood up for Daphne. Daphne, this has to be proof that he really loves you, okay? Like, this has to be the proof. There has to be it, okay? Because I'm losing my mind. I need you guys to make up, please. Daphne just stood up to her dad. Yes, Daphne, yes! Ah, I'm so proud of her. Okay, let's get this readathon going. Let's go. Ashley got Julia and Miles and like every single person who's been in this book to show up to fill in for everyone who called in sick. Miles is there! This is so sweet. Oh my god. Okay,
Daphne, if you don't run up and give him a big fat kiss, I'm gonna be pissed.
I am on, I think, like the final 2 chapters, and they finished the readathon. It went really well, and Ashley just told Daphne to go get her man, so I'm so excited. I really hope it's a happy ending. I have a feeling it's gonna be a happy ending because Emily Henry doesn't hate me, as far as I'm concerned. So chapter 37, and Sunday, August 18th, it's called Finally, the chapter title. So, ooh, another change in the chapter format. But I think I have like 14 pages left, and I am so excited to finish the book. I've been very excited to read this one. I genuinely have enjoyed it so much, and stick around till the end because I think I'm going to do like a very impromptu review, just like my initial thoughts on the book and stuff. Let's finish the book, guys. Daphne and him said they love each other and they made up. And I was wrong, they didn't get the beautiful house because I forgot they probably can't afford it. But Daphne's getting her own apartment and she's staying, which is perfect. And I just really wanted to say this part of the chapter, or the last sentence of this chapter, she goes, and I can't wait for this whole world I've invited to surprise me. And all this book she's been saying she hates surprises, so that's really so sweet. Chapter 38 is Friday, October 3rd. Oh my god, it's October 3rd. And look, I'm wearing pink, guys. This is perfect. Emily Henry, I think I see what you did there. So it's 412 days since I stayed, so that's like over a year. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna read it and then I will be back. Wait, shut up! The ending is so cute! It came full circle. In the first chapter she goes, some people are natural I can't talk, I'm so overwhelmed with how good the ending was. Okay, some people are natural storytellers. They know how to set the scene, find the right angle, when to pause for a dramatic effect or breeze past inconvenient details. And then it ends with Elda and Harvey wanting to hear the story of how Daphne and Miles got together. And Miles goes, it's a funny story. The title of the book. And then he goes, but he doesn't go on and he just watches me and waits. He knows how much I love to tell it. Because Peter always told the story of how how Daphne and him got together, and now Daphne has a story she loves to tell. It's so cute. I finished the book. I loved it. I feel like I can't make a decision on if I enjoyed it more than the other ones yet, just because I literally just closed the book like 5 seconds ago. I really, really did love it. It was so good. Like I said, I felt like I was never like that bored or anything. I was going through it so fast, and that's what's just so good about when I find a book I love, I can finish it really quickly. And so she's 3 for 3 of the ones I've read so far. I really loved this, and I'm so excited. I think I am gonna get Book Lovers next, and maybe I'll do a reading vlog for Book Lovers also. And once again, like, one of my favorite things about her books is, yes, like, the rom-com part is so cute. It's the main thing that pulls you in, but by the end she had this whole perfect little family she made, like her found family of Harvey, and then Harvey's new girlfriend Elda, Ashley and Julia, her mom came. I feel like I'm missing someone, but like, and she just feels like she has this home she's been searching for her whole life, and she's happy. She and Miles are together, and they didn't buy that greenhouse, but they bought a house that looks just like it, that they're gonna fix up together, and oh my god, it's just so cute. I can't praise this woman enough. She makes a great story every single time, and I fear she doesn't miss. And Miss Emily, you've done it again. I am gonna end the video here, and I'm gonna start editing this video because I want to get it out, and I really did enjoy doing this reading vlog. I started this channel just because it's something I always wanted to do, and I'm still trying out all the different things I wanted to do for content, and I really did enjoy doing a reading based video. I love watching YouTube videos of like reading vlogs and stuff, so it was really fun trying it on my own for a chance, you know. And so this definitely isn't the last one. I will be doing this again. But okay, thank you so much for watching. If you feel so inclined, please subscribe or like the video, and then comment below what your favorite Emily Henry book is, or book recs that you think I would want to read, or that you'd want me to read on the channel. But okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.